Hello, folks. So yeah, I've been getting some scores lately, and this I had a big toy score last week. If you want to check that video out, it's there. Um, you know what? Straight off the bat, I'll just ask, and you don't have to. It's fine, but if you want to subscribe, that would be super cool. If you don't, super cool too. Just enjoy the video. Um, this one is a good one if you are a record collector. If you are not, you're probably not going to be that interested in this, but you still might be anyways because it's a pretty cool find. My store is called Time Capsule, and this collection is kind of like a time capsule in sort. It is a not the biggest collection I've ever bought, but the quality of the titles and the condition make it probably one of the better ones I've come up with in quite a while anyways. I can give you a brief rundown. Friend of mine had a friend who was looking to get rid of a record collection that they had essentially inherited. Apparently it came from a relative who was a partner of or married to back in the day someone who owned a record store, and that would probably explain why all of these records you see in front of you are sealed. They are all original copies, usually first pressings. Some are second, but they're again all sealed. So I'll just sort of jump right in here, and I'll start with one of my favorite finds. It is the Pretty Things SF Sorrow. It is a psychedelic masterpiece. If you don't own this, try tracking down an original. It's tough, but even there are some good reissues. I have a really good reissue. What is great about this one is it is sealed. There you go. You can see all the way around in the shrink. It is a Canadian pressing because there is the Ampeg Music Canada on the outside. It is I believe it's gatefold. You can see there, yeah, it's a gatefold, and yeah, really great. You can actually see the $5.98 original price and then scratched out and put there. This is, yeah, one of those records you always hope to find in collections, and the fact this one is sealed just makes it, yeah, it's pretty great. Speaking of great, Miles Davis' Bitches Brew, and this is the quadraphonic version. And for those of you who don't know, I'll just let you Google quadraphonic sound. It is a sealed copy again, the gatefold, and it is, I don't know what else to say about that. You can just leave it at, it's a sealed Miles Davis record, one of his best ever. Booker T and the MGs doing our thing on Stax. This will probably be the Canadian one. Yes, it is. Now, there is a drill hole here. I worked in record stores for probably longer than I should have, and I was doing primarily CDs because that was the era when I was working in stores, and they used to do cutouts or deletes, and basically they would drill a hole through it or cut the side, and then that way it couldn't be returned to the record company by the store itself, because the record company would sell these deletes at a great discount. And yeah, so it's not a promo thing. Sometimes people think this is a promo, although they did drill these out for promotional giveaways to the stores, which I think is more than likely what this is. So the stores had play copies, but again, they would drill them out so they couldn't be returned to the manufacturer. And probably that's what this one is. Promotional copies, I don't consider the drills or the cutouts promos at all. To me, it's either a white label that says promo on it or maybe a stamp on the back from the company saying promotional only type thing. So another Soul classic on Stax, sealed. Here's another one that is sealed. These are all sealed. I don't know why I keep saying that. Pink Floyd's, the soundtrack from the film More. There you go with the price, $5.98 scratched out, $4.79 written on there from back in the day. I'll show you the backside. I believe, yeah, it's a Canadian, Canada Capital pressing. First pressing again. This one is, for me, great. This cover got changed. I can't remember the story or the reason why, but they did keep it got bootlegged, basically, where there were unofficial copies of it put out. Now, I'm not an expert on that, but I have gone online, done some rudimentary research that makes me believe that this is fully legit, partially because right here, on the bootlegs, this little thought bubble, oh by jingo, is usually a good 1.5 inches lower than the last lines on the Superman song. Superman song, sorry. Also, again, this is drilled out. I believe it was a promo copy to the store. I think it is 100% original. And yeah, that one's probably going to stay in my collection. Although, here's the thing. As a retailer, you love getting vintage sealed records. As a collector, I have a dilemma. Maybe write in the comments there what you think about it. If you open it, you're going to be the first person to open it. But it's also, for many of these, been, I don't know what, 50 years longer since some of these were issued, and it's lasted that long sealed, and you're going to be that guy or gal who's going to open it up. I don't know. I've never been able to do it. I did it once, but it was a friend who basically gave me a record and said, only if I open it could I have it. And so, yeah, I did that. But I have never been able to open any of my other seals. I've had to sell them all. And so again, if you want to write something in the comments about that, just to sort of see like how you all feel, that would be great, because I love to see that. Here is Pink Floyd's Ummagumma. It is a UK copy. You've got the imported hype sticker on the outside, the GG cover, which I think on the North American ones, for copyright reasons, was removed in later pressings. It is sealed in the looser baggie. So there you go. Black Sabbath Volume 4, sealed. I can't really tell straight off on this whether it's Canadian or not. Oh, there you go, printed in Canada. So it's Canadian pressing. I know some people are going to be like, oh, those might be reseals. No. I worked in as I said, stores for the longest time. You didn't reseal records. They went back to the company. That was it. And although I'm sure some unscrupulous record sellers later on did do that, on a lot of these, you have the hype stickers on the outside. You wouldn't be able to do that with a reseal. It just, not possible. And again, knowing the history of where these came from, I just don't believe that these would have been reseals, because these were from back in the day when they just didn't do that. So again, I could be wrong, but I really don't think so. So Sabbath Volume 4, first Canadian pressing. Lou Reed's Live, Take No Prisoners. Amazing record. I love Lou Reed. I love the Velvet Underground. My whole world changed when I found White Light, White Heat. And yeah, so, and this also has the hype stickers on the outside. It's a gatefold, first pressing. That's a USA one. Okay, there you go. Obviously, they did do some importing. It does say on some of those other things. Happy Jack, The Who. Again, I think this one is probably a promo copy rather than a delete, not an official promo, but one that was given to the record store because they clipped the corner. And you can see the $2.99 price tag on there. But then again, with that price tag, perhaps it was just out of the delete bin. Again, because that did happen. Sealed. This is it's a USA Decca. Boom. Great Canadian band, Edward Bear. This is from Capsule, first Canadian pressing. Again, sealed. There's your little drill hole. Donovan's Fairy Tale. I love Donovan. Often, sadly, gets overlooked or compared to as kind of the poor man's Dylan, but I don't think that at all. He was an incredible songwriter, and I think stylistically, after completely different from Dylan in the end. Yes, there were some similarities on certain tracks, but not, I think, across the whole canon of his work. The Doors, Soft Parade, drill hole down there, but again, sealed. Okay, along with that, this is a fun one. Mimsy, Where the Borg Goes. I'm sure somebody's going to be losing their mind who is a literary type. But this is read by Kirk. Yeah, that's right, Shatner. Good Canadian boy. Cat Stevens, Matthew and Son. I think, is this his first record? Yeah, I think it is. Gatefold. And for those of you who've come across 60s records before, you know with the gatefolds, you get this pretty unique, it would do this like loose baggy, where you could actually open the gatefold to see it across both of those. I've had multiple copies of Sgt. Pepper's come in like that, where it's open, but the original baggie is still on them like that. So that one's sealed. Sonny Boy Williamson, great blues musician on chess. That's, again, sealed copy. Tom Rush, amazing singer-songwriter. I guess you would sort of put him in the folk category. First pressing on Elektra. I believe that's a U.S. pressing again. Yes Shows, $5.99. And this was a sealed copy again. I'm just blown by some of these, but honest to God, if any one of these came into the store on any given day, it would be a good day. So to get this many at once is great. The Beach Boys Today, sealed. The Beach Boys Summer Days and Summer Nights, sealed. Paul Revere and the Raiders, sealed. This is great. This is, it's got the hype sticker on the outside there. It's Campus Records, Import Rarities, and it is the Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads, a sealed French copy. Awesome to have. Led Zeppelin 4, sealed with the hype sticker on the outside, which was marked down to $4.99. No drill outs on that, which is kind of nice. The Rolling Stones Through the Past Darkly. I believe this is a UK pressing, if I am sure. Yeah, maybe it's... I'll have to look into that. But either way, it's the octagonal cover, which the first press was done like that, and it is sealed. Got some good jazz titles in here too. Some Louis Armstrong sealed. This is a great classical piece. There were a lot of sealed classical. So I've got a learning curve to go on that, because my classical, I will sadly admit, is limited to certain, I love Bach and some of the big hitters. But this is John Williams, a guitar virtuoso. Chicago, sealed. Get Off in Chicago, which is produced by Henry Mandel. Wow, having troubles. The Bee Gees, Odessa. This is the fuzzy cover, which was the first pressing, and again, it is sealed, and it has the cutout there, the the saw along the side, indicating probably either delete or might have been given to the store as a play copy. Brother Jack McDuff, Gin and Orange. Another Edward Bear, Capitol, and that loose baggy gatefold, sealed. Steve Miller, Rock Love. I'm not familiar with this record, but I do know that Steve Miller's, everyone knows, like Jungle Love and all the big radio hits. But his first couple of records with the Steve Miller Band were really kind of fuzzy and psychedelic. They were great records. So, you know, just if you're not a fan of the later stuff, still give the early stuff a chance. Sealed there. Woodstock 2, sealed. This is a fun one. Christopher Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien's son, reads the Silmarillion. Yeah, not a literary type. There you go. Fleetwood Mac Live. And there's one, that might be a clue too. The Great Canadian Delete Co., $5.99. It's got the drill out down there. John Prine, Diamonds in the Rough, great record, great songwriter, sadly passed away during COVID. The Rascals, sealed. McCartney's Ram, sealed in the gatefold loose baggie. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, drill out there, but still sealed. Oh, Sweet Billy Holiday. I believe this is a French release. And it is sealed. There's another, this has got Billie Holiday. It's part of the Capitol Jazz Classics series, volume 10, sealed again. This is cool, the Billie Holiday. I have a copy of this, but on the side it says bonus record included with John Hammond discussing the Billie Holiday recording experience. I've never come across that before, only the record itself, so that's kind of cool. And again, the hype sticker on the outside. Martin Luther King, probably speech record from one of his, and I'm sure it'll outline on there what they are. Johnny Cash, sealed Jethro Tull, sealed Louis Armstrong, sealed Frank Sinatra, sealed another Frank Sinatra, sealed Free, sealed Deep Purple, sealed Louis Armstrong Saga, sealed more Louis Armstrong, sealed. Look at that, it was 80p. It's a UK pressing. You know what is like, it's like equivalent of what, like a buck. There is an import, probably French again, Louis Armstrong sealed, another Louis Armstrong sealed, another Louis Armstrong sealed, Arlo Guthrie. I'm not familiar with this record actually, Washington County. I haven't listened to it before, but that is sealed. Elvis sealed. Grand Funk, that's the gold record, I believe, that they released it on. Color souvenir poster inside. Maybe not. Maybe that. No, that was the other one. It's just saying it probably sold. The hype sticker on the outside was only down to $3.99. Mick Jagger playing Ned Kelly. This is the soundtrack. Shel Silverstein doing it, and Waylon Jennings singing. Concert for Bangladesh box set sealed. Johnny Cash, Folsom City Blues, Folsom Prison Blues. Wow, man, need more coffee. And the Johnny Cash collection again, sealed. So that is it for the sealed records. I'm going to make, the collection is big enough that I'm probably going to make 2, possibly 3 more videos. If you are a fan of the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground, I'm just trying to think, obviously the Beatles or the Stones, or a lot of those sort of 60s era musicians, you should really check out that video, Neil Young, because it'll be coming up. It will have some great UK pressings, a lot of which aren't sealed, but are in the original shrink and are in immaculate condition. And there are bootlegs in there, which are really interesting. And yeah, I would highly recommend, if you do subscribe, hit that icon bell there so you can get notifications whenever I put new videos up, and you can check them out. Now I've got to, struggle with, do I open some of these for me, or do I leave them sealed and pass them on to the next person to make that decision? So yeah, leave your comments. That would be great. I want to thank you all for watching today, and hope you're able to get some good stuff when you're crate digging. Bye.